What's good? It's Unconventional AF with Jaleel Wavy back with a new episode. Let's go ahead. I don't have much of an introduction today. Let's just look, bro. Life be lifing. Let's just go ahead and get into the topics real quick, hopefully. LeBron James is still a free agent. It is July 19th. Free agency started June 30th, and this man still hasn't reached a decision on where he is going to play his final seasons. The rumors are that his final three teams are Miami, Cleveland, and I believe Philly. And I guess Golden State is still up in the air, maybe Minnesota. But yeah, Adam Silver did a interview where he was asked a question about LeBron James and hurrying up with his decision. He said that the advertisers and the TV broadcast networks are trying to rush him to finalize the schedule, and he's like, I can't do anything until LeBron James picks a team. So for any arguments out there about who is the face of the league, it's still LeBron James. I saw a post on Instagram from SportsCenter, and a fan asked Draymond Green what number you swapping to if Bron taking 23. This is if LeBron James decides to go to the Golden State Warriors. And Draymond responds, 2 + 3 = 5. I got to stop Draymond Green right there. Draymond Green has only played with the Golden State Warriors. He is a 4-time champion and a very important player to that franchise. Future Hall of Famer. The Golden State Warriors, if this happens, if there's even a conversation about this, if LeBron decides to go there, y'all need to put a stop to that. Draymond Green's jersey is going into the rafters when he decides to retire. So to give his jersey number up to LeBron James, and I get it, LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. Depending on what generation you grew up in, he's your number one. He's my number one. But LeBron James has 6 in his back pocket. If he goes to Golden State, he can wear the number 6. LeBron James would be wrong if he took the number 23 from Draymond Green, because that jersey is going into the rafters when it's all said and done. LeBron James, I would be like, bro, what are we doing? You can't be that into yourself that you would take away this man's jersey that means so much to that franchise. So I think that is a terrible answer from Draymond. I do not agree with that at all. All right, I got some political stories today. And like I always say, I'm not the brightest crayon in the toolbox. So bear with me as I tell these stories. First, let's start off with Boozy. Boozy Badass takes legal action after paying $600,000 for a Trump pardon that never came. Now, Boozy, he always in legal trouble. And when I saw that headline on Revolt News Instagram page, I was like, $600,000 for a pardon, is that legal? Now, again, like I said, I don't know anything about politics. I work in news, so I know some things, but that's not my world. So I had to do my Googles on this. Now, on Google's AI, I typed in, is it legal to pay for a pardon? And this was the answer. Again, this was their answer. Yes, paying for a pardon is illegal. Exchanging money, a bribe, or any item of value for a presidential pardon or other forms of executive clemency constitutes a federal crime of bribery under U.S. Code 201. Now, this is AI. So I was like, okay, let me do a little bit more digging. Let me try to find a credible website. Now, I got this from Dynamics LLP, and this is supposed to be a law firm that specializes in white-collar criminal defense, complex civil litigation, and government investigations for individuals and businesses. And they basically said, nonetheless, one must still assess whether it would be illegal for a person or his or her lawyer to offer or pay money to POTUS in exchange for a pardon. In other words, POTUS's constitutional authority and immunity do not automatically shield any other parties to such a transaction. For example, it arguably violates the federal bribery statute of 18 USC 201 for a person to offer or pay $10 million to POTUS in explicit exchange for a pardon. So I look, bro, I don't know. There's some other stuff on here too. Look, again, I still don't know. But that just didn't seem right. And if he paid for a pardon, give him the damn pardon. I just gonna steal that man money. Like I said, I don't know anything about politics whatsoever. But look, I got another story for y'all. I saw this at work. I work for NBC affiliate. I work in local news. I saw this headline. And I said, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Now, this is from abcnews.com. White House teleprompter operator made more than $100,000 betting on Trump speeches. So they're doing betting or gambling on the president's speeches. This is what this country has come to. And the article reads, President Donald Trump's longtime teleprompter operator is believed to have made tens of thousands of dollars by placing bets on more than a dozen of Trump's speeches on the prediction market Kalshi. Federal investigators with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission found sources familiar with the matter told ABC News. The person name is Gabriel Perez. He is a technical assistant to the president who has been operating Trump's teleprompter since 2016. He is in talks with the federal regulators to settle allegations he used his inside knowledge of the president's speeches to win more than $100,000, the sources said. Boy, this country is raggedy as hell. There is a gambling epidemic going on, and people can't get themselves together. Y'all know about the whole sports betting thing going on in the NBA with Michael Beasley and Damon Jones, a former NBA player, Chauncey Billups, NBA champion. He was a coach for, I believe it was the Portland Trailblazers. Terry Rozier, he was on some gambling stuff. Like, bruh, this country is so fucked up. And I have a real problem with sports gambling. I just want to say that. I watch a lot of sports shows or listen to a lot of sports shows on podcasts, and the advertisement is always about FanDuel or MGM or what's the other one that Drake be talking about, Stakes or whatever. He always posting about betting on somebody. I just saw him post about Argentina, and the fans like, look, Argentina about to lose the World Cup because Drake betting on them, because that's kind of how it goes with him. But my problem is with the whole sports betting thing is that this country has made it legal, this unethical thing, sports betting, and then they punish people for fucking sports betting. How much sense does that make? It's just like when you promote alcohol, people are going to drink. When you promote cigarettes or marijuana, people are going to smoke. When you promote food like Taco Bell or McDonald's or Ruth Chris, people are going to eat those foods. So it's the same thing with sports betting. If you continue to promote it, why are we punishing people for doing it? And it's like, oh, they should know better. No, you should stop fucking promoting it. And like I said, I don't do the sports gambling stuff. I don't have a bunch of vices. Yeah, I like to run, but I eat terrible. And I like to watch TV. I don't be beating my meat all the time like Kev on stage. I don't do a lot of drugs. I'm a social drinker, but even then, I try not to even social drink like that. I don't have any crazy vices like that. So I don't really get into all of that stuff. I just be depressed in silence, just unhappy, running, staying in the house and watching TV and eating junk food. That is my safe place. But like I said, this country, raggedy as fuck. Unethical states of America. Promoting sports betting and then punishing people for the shit. Like, I don't understand it. I hate it. These players, clearly there's a gambling addiction. I just saw something about I think it was like a college player that was betting on his team to win. And he bet it a whole bunch of times. And now they're going to keep him out of the NFL for it. Again, you cannot promote something and expect people to not do it. It's just not possible. So we punishing people for sports gambling, but you watch ESPN and First Take, and they got a whole segment, and it's not just First Take, it's all of the sports shows. They be having a whole segment about sports gambling. And then at the end of it, they said, if you have a sports problem, call 1-800-STOP betting. Like, it's a joke. It really is. All right, I'm done. That's all I have for today. What Stephen A. used to say, stay off the weed. Stop gambling. All right. Make sure you follow Jaleel Wavy and Unconventional AF on Instagram, Jaleel Wavy on TikTok, and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you for listening.